The night the city lost its power, Arav realized he had been living in darkness long before the lights went out. Rain hammered the streets, neon signs flickered into silence, and the world slowed to a quiet hum. Arav stood alone on the balcony of his small apartment, phone clenched in his hand, staring at a message he had typed but never sent. 3 words blinked on the screen, heavy and fragile at the same time. You are the reason. He didn't know if it was a confession or an apology. Maybe it was both. Arav was a music producer who once believed success would heal everything. He had grown up in a crowded neighborhood where dreams were often postponed and sometimes buried. Music was his escape, his rebellion, his prayer. By his late 20s, he had a modest name in the indie scene, but fame had a quiet way of isolating him. The more his work reached the world, the less he felt understood by the people closest to him. Maya entered his life on a day when he had almost quit music. She worked at a small bookstore near his studio, a place that smelled of old paper and coffee. She didn't know who he was, didn't care about followers or charts. She listened, truly listened. When he spoke about melodies, she spoke about meaning. When he complained about pressure, she spoke about patience. Slowly, without him realizing it, she became the calm between his chaos. They fell in love in simple moments. Late-night walks under dim streetlights, shared earphones on bus rides, silence that felt safe instead of awkward. Maya believed in his music even when he didn't. She was there when his songs failed, when deals collapsed, when self-doubt screamed louder than any applause. She would smile and say, "Maybe the world isn't ready yet, but I am." But love, like music, demands balance. Arav began to chase success harder. Meetings replaced memories. Deadlines replaced dates. He told himself it was all for their future, yet he never noticed how often Maya waited alone. Every unreturned call became a small crack. Every canceled plan became a quiet wound. The real challenge came when Arav finally got the offer he had dreamed of. A major label wanted him, but with conditions, new sound, new image, no distractions. They didn't say her name, but Maya felt it in the silence. When he told her, excitement trembling in his voice, she smiled, but her eyes held a storm. She asked him one simple question. "Where do I fit in this dream?" He didn't answer. Not because he didn't love her, but because he was afraid. Afraid of losing the opportunity. Afraid of choosing wrong. That night, Maya left, not in anger, but in exhaustion. She wrote him a note that said she loved him enough to let him chase his dream, but not enough to disappear inside it. Success came fast after that. His music topped charts, his name trended. Crowds screamed lyrics he had written in his loneliest hours. Yet every victory felt hollow. The studio felt colder. The applause faded too quickly. He searched for her face in every crowd, every shadow, every song. That was when he understood the cruel truth. He had everything he wanted except the reason he wanted it. The challenges didn't end with success. Guilt crept into his melodies. Sleepless nights turned into anxious days. He tried to write love songs, but they sounded empty. Until one night, during a blackout, surrounded by silence, he played the piano with no cameras, no expectations, just honesty. The words flowed like a confession. You are the reason I found my voice. You are the reason I lost my way. The song became SXYBIT. You are the reason. Instead of releasing it through the label, Arav uploaded it raw and unfiltered. No promotion, no edits, just truth. The video showed him alone in the studio, rain tapping on the windows, city lights flickering behind him. It went viral not because it was perfect, but because it was real. Maya heard the song in the bookstore playing softly from a customer's phone. She recognized his pain before she recognized his voice. Tears blurred the shelves as she listened. That night, Arav stood outside the bookstore, heart pounding like the first beat of a song. When she stepped out, their eyes met, and for the first time in months, silence spoke for them. He didn't make excuses. He didn't promise perfection. He simply said the truth he had been too afraid to say before. You are the reason I started. You are the reason I forgot myself. And you are the reason I want to begin again. Healing was not instant. Trust took time. Love demanded effort. They faced the challenge of rebuilding what was broken, learning to grow together instead of apart. Arov chose balance over obsession. Maya chose faith over fear. Slowly, the music found its warmth again. The story didn't end with fame or failure. It ended with meaning. Arov learned that dreams shine brighter when shared, and love doesn't ask you to stop chasing success, only to remember why you started. In a world chasing noise, he finally understood the power of one honest reason. Sometimes the reason isn't a goal or a destination. Sometimes the reason is a person who sees you when the lights go out and stays.